I'm at the Stevensville Farmers Market today. Every Wednesday beginning at 3 o'clock you can visit the market here in front of the Stevensville Memorial Hall right here on Stevensville Road and get some of the best produce, crafts, and baked goods that are around. There's actually so many things to get here that you could even pick up some things for a person you care about, because today we're talking about showing love and care to others through the language of gift giving. See, look at all the amazing stuff you can get. There's fresh vegetables here. We've got some awesome woodworking here. Hello, folks. Nice, some awesome woodworking. Yeah, that's right. We got maple syrup. Some good stuff there, eh? Produce, pies. The pie guys are here. They do some great stuff as well. I recalled a memory this week of a time when I was probably 11 or 12, and I actually had a paper route right on this street, delivering the Times Review on Stevensville Road between Bowen Road and the train tracks. And there was a lot of nice folks to meet during that time, and I was even bit by a dog for the first time right on the butt, delivering that paper route. But one particular memory I had was delivering to a nice family who had gone on vacation to Florida. When they returned home, I remembered delivering their paper, and they gave me some Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs rock candy. They looked like little diamonds, and they got those for me while they were on vacation at Disney World. And I just remember being dumbfounded by this. Who thinks of their paper boy while on vacation and thinks, hey, I think our paper boy would like this? Because that's what the love language of gift giving is. It's the gift which is a symbol of thought. I was thinking of you, and it makes a person feel loved to think that. Remember, Dr. Gary Chapman in his book, The 5 Love Languages, says there are basically 5 different ways that a person gives and receives love. They are words of affirmation, quality time, acts of service, physical touch, and receiving gifts. Some of us really feel cared for and loved when someone gives us a tangible thing. In the TV show The Office, one of the characters says, presents are the best way to show someone how much you care. It's like this tangible thing that you can point to and say, hey man, I love you this many dollars worth. But in the language of receiving gifts, the monetary value doesn't really matter. It's the gifts that may be found or bought or made. It says, look, this person was thinking of me. See, gifts are a symbol of love. My wife has a friend who speaks this language of love, and she tries to fight it because she thinks it makes her seem materialistic and only care about things. But Jen encourages her. It's not the things, it's what those things represent. So if her husband doesn't get her something on a birthday or anniversary, which unfortunately happens a lot, it really hurts her, and there's a big withdrawal from her love bank. But a gift would fill it back up again. Take wedding ceremonies, for example. This ceremony often includes the giving and receiving of rings. And I often mention when officiating a wedding how the rings are an outward symbol of an inward truth. The value isn't in the ring, although the ring does have value. It's in the love that the ring is given to the person and what the ring represents. It's a token of that love. And those visual, tangible symbols are more important to some of us. I think of kids. Every kid likes getting stuff. If you give gifts to a kid and the gifts are quickly laid aside, or the child really says thank you and the child doesn't take care of the gift that you give them, chances are maybe that receiving gifts is not their love language. But if the child responds with thankfulness, shows off the gift to friends or family, puts the gift in a prominent spot in their room, then perhaps receiving gifts is their love language. So gifts is my second highest love language. So it means a lot to me when someone takes the time to give me something. Our friend Heather dropped off some flowers for us a few months back, just out of the blue. Do I love flowers? I don't hate them. I'm ambivalent to flowers, I guess. But just the fact that she dropped them off because she thought of us made me feel cared for and appreciated. She could have dropped off just about anything, because it isn't the thing that matters so much. It's the thought. We see an amazing act of giving and receiving in the Bible as Mark is writing about something that happened with Jesus and a woman who gave him a gift. It says this in the book of Mark. Jesus was visiting Bethany, the house of Simon, and during dinner a woman came in with a vase made of alabaster and containing very expensive perfume of pure nard. She broke open the vase and poured the perfume on his head. Some of the disciples got angry and they said to each other, "Why waste the perfume? This perfume could have been sold for almost a year's pay and the money given to the poor." And they scolded her. Jesus said, "Leave her alone. Why do you make trouble for her? She has done a good thing for me. You all will always have the poor with you, and whenever you want, you can do something good for them. But you won't always have me. She has done what she could. She's anointed my body ahead of time for burial. I tell you the truth that wherever in the whole world the good news is announced, what she's done will also be told in memory of her." And we're talking about her today. So something significant is happening here. So first, this oil is expensive. It could have been sold for lots of money. I think many of us would look at this and say, well, that seems kind of wasteful. This was an expensive perfume that was used because there wasn't regular bathing going on like in today's North American culture. So just a couple drops would go a long way to freshen up a person or even a room. Can we show the love of Jesus and serve him by giving to the poor? Of course we can, and we do. Some of the disciples had a point. This was a time that was coming up to Passover, when traditionally gifts were given to the poor, not to each other. So could she have shown love to Jesus by caring for the least of these, just like he was teaching and doing every day? Well, of course she could have. But Jesus knows his time is coming soon. He's going to be betrayed and arrested and beaten and killed. Do you think he needs to feel some love and care? I think so. She is comforting him with love in a gift when it matters most. I wonder if that scent of oil would have stayed with Jesus even in the moments of his first beating, and that aroma could have brought comfort to his weary soul. So his response is, leave her alone. Jesus sees and appreciates the value of a gift given and what that gift represents. In this case, his death, burial, and resurrection. So because gifts are a symbol of love, for those of us who maybe see gifts as frivolous or wasteful, we maybe need a new perspective. There is significance to these gifts for people who speak this language. They aren't materialistic. They experience love and care in something that they can tangibly touch. See, gifts also recognize what is needed. There's something about giving a gift when it matters most. Jen must mention to her family that this is a love language of mine. I remember first being welcomed into Jen's family as we got engaged and then married. And Jen and I are pretty different, like fire and ice actually. And our families, well, probably the same is true. So I felt pretty different, awkward in her family at first, and like I didn't really belong. But the gift giving of her family makes me feel loved. I know they go out of their way to give me gifts that tell me they care about who I am, what I like, and what I need. Those gifts continue to give me a calming sense that I am welcomed, thought of, and loved. See, there's all kinds of gifts here, lots of neat stuff to get. Homemade crafts, there's some delicious salami and pepperoni, and some good sauces and honey, and look, some friends. Hello, friends.
Hi.
Can you say hello?
Can you say hi, Walter? No.
No, it's all good.
Pretty normal.
Can you guys say hi?
Say hi.
See, you run into all kinds of people here at the market. You never know what you're gonna find, right? Can you guys say hi to everybody? Hi. I want to share a story from a book called Messy Spirituality by Mike Yaconelli. And it's about a young, idealistic college student who decides to minister in one of the worst looking housing projects in Philadelphia. See, he was frightened and anxious to share his faith and love in Jesus, but this young man approached a very large, intimidating tenement house, and cautiously he goes in, making his way through the dark, cluttered hallways, and he walks up a flight of stairs, and he hears a baby crying, and the baby was inside one of the apartments. So he knocks on the door and was met by a woman holding a naked baby, and she's smoking and she's not in the mood to hear about Jesus. She calls the boy a few choice words and slams the door right in his face. Well, the young man is devastated, and he walks outside, slumps down on the street curb, and feels just rejected. How in the world could someone like me think I could tell anybody about God and my love for him? Then the young man looks up and sees a crumbling old store on the corner, and it was open, and so he goes inside and he starts walking around, and it's there that he remembers the baby in the apartment, and that it was naked, and that the woman was smoking. So he bought some diapers and a pack of cigarettes and headed back to the woman's apartment. He knocks on the door, and before the woman could start yelling at him, he slides the cigarettes and diapers inside the open door. Well, the woman invites him in. So this student plays with the baby all afternoon. He puts a diaper on the baby, even though he's never put a diaper on a baby before. And when the woman asked him to smoke, he smokes, even though he's never smoked before. He spent the whole day playing with this baby, changing diapers, and smoking cigarettes. He did what he could. Later in the afternoon, the woman asks him, "What's a nice boy like you doing in a place like this?" And he told her about his love for God. When he stopped talking, the woman looked at him and said, "Could you pray for me and my baby that we make it out of here alive?" So he prayed. This young man's love for God led him to change diapers and to pray for a struggling woman and a crying baby. All through that, and all those gifts that he gave spoke to this woman. See, God speaks the language of gifts too. God's love is expressed through the gift of grace. God is not looking for the expensive oils from us or the extravagant financial contributions. Jesus didn't need that oil. The woman gave it as a symbol of love. It's why we give. It shows who Jesus is. It's why we give gifts to our kids at Christmas. While we say Christmas isn't just about the gifts, it is about the gifts. Jesus is a gift. So we show God's love through gift giving. Not the value of the gift is what matters, but that they're tangible symbols and actions of reminding each other how good God wants for us. He desires to give us good gifts. So because gifts recognize the needs of others, maybe make a list of the things that your partner, your kids, or parents, or friends have been most excited about over the year, and don't wait for a special occasion just to give them another one. See, my kids love gumballs, so if we hit a gumball machine, I want to cough up a quarter just to brighten their day. Maybe your coworker really lit up when you brought them a donut or a coffee for their birthday, so do it again, but this time on some other random day for no other reason. Do it this way because gifts are also not earned. God gives himself as a symbol of love to us. We often think that we only belong when we have something to give, but God's love works differently. He says, let's have a party and celebrate life together. Come as you are. From the very beginning, God is a gift giver. He creates sky and land, oceans and rivers, flowers and trees. They're all gifts. Delicious fruits and delicious animals as well. Birds of the air, beasts of the land and sea, man and woman given for each other. He gives his people a cloud to follow by day and a fire to follow by night. Hey, to guide them to his promises. He gives a rainbow as a symbol of promise, and he gives Jesus. See, God loves you so much that he gave his one and only Son, so that no one needs to be destroyed. By believing in him, anyone can have a whole and lasting life. God didn't go to all the trouble of sending his Son merely to point an accusing finger, telling the world how bad it was. He came to help, to put the world right again. Anyone who trusts in him is given freedom. Perhaps this is a gift you'd love to receive. God has given you the gift of Jesus. The greatest gift you can give God is you. That's how much he loves you. The Bible talks about God searching the world for a priceless treasure, a pearl of great price, and when he finds it, he gives everything just to have it. You are that pearl of great price. You are that treasure. God just wants to have you, protect you, comfort you, give you more. Do you want to truly belong? With Jesus, everyone belongs. Do you want to find your worth and value through a relationship of love? If so, consider telling God so. Say something like this: God, I have wandered. Thank you for your forgiveness. I'm sorry for the mistakes I've made. I'm so thankful you accept me as I am. I want to have the great gift of Jesus. Help me follow you into a life of love. If you said that to God, he heard you. He's with you. You are his. You can trust this. I'd love to hear from you. If your desire is this, or you have questions about God, just email me. May you discover this week all the gifts that surround you and find ways to show others they matter by a simple gift to say, you matter. You are loved. Have a good week. Peace.